Well, hey, neighbor, it's me, Angie. Come on in. How are y'all doing today? Front door's open. I'm going to leave it open. Air's running, though. I need you to hurry up and come on in so we can get our little talk underway. You know, sometimes I have several people over in one week, and then the next week it's just a few, and then the next week it's a bunch, but it doesn't matter if I just have one or two. I'm always happy to see you all. I don't get very many visitors without you. I have to have you come over so I can express myself, talk to you, you express yourself. We can have some fun. We can talk about things that you normally wouldn't talk about to others because a lot of times we don't think people care about what we have to say. But I'm here to tell you I care about what you have to say. No matter how small or how large, I care about it. Now, I know I talk about different subjects every time we get together, but I really want to talk about the subjects you want to talk about. Now, you may be a little timid and not wanting to tell me what you want to talk about or the subject or whatever, or you might not even know. I mean, you may be so busy, you don't even care what we talk about. You just want to talk about something that, gets your mind off work and stress and children and, adult things that we don't really like to deal with. And it's okay to take a break sometimes from those problems or situations. I mean, our body just gets tired. Our mind gets tired. We just get tired. Well, I'm here to tell you, when you come to my channel, I want you just to relax. Get you something to drink, get a snack, sit back in your recliner, your chair. I mean, go outside and get in your hammock if you have one, or go outside and sit on your porch, or whatever you want to do. Let's just relax. People don't do that enough. We just don't relax. I don't know if we don't know how, or we think it's wrong sometimes if we rest too long, or we're not out doing something. We think that, our mind may want to make us feel guilty for just sitting down and having to rest. Well, there's nothing wrong with rest. Now, you shouldn't sit around for weeks at a time unless you have a illness or a problem. Now, I can understand that, but when I was healthy and worked out in the working world, I loved the weekend. I love when I had vacation. But I also was glad when I went back to work because it made me feel like I was accomplishing something. I was giving back to society. I was helping my household. I was setting an example for my children, which I love my job. Now, there have been a few jobs that I look back now and think, why did I stay at that job so long? One of them being banking. Oh, you have my utmost respect if you are in the banking world. I mean, that is a lot of stress. I stayed there 10 years, well, almost 10 years. But, and didn't even like numbers. In a job, which I really didn't, I've said this before, I really didn't deal with the numbers very much. It was mostly compliance, to be able to make sure the bank was not discriminating about how they were loaning money. Nobody was embezzling. All the accounts were right. All the loans were correct. Just kind of making sure the bank was doing what they were supposed to do. It was called the compliance department. But after 9/11, it got really, really more difficult to work in that department because there was different laws and things changed after that. But anyway, I went to school in banking, and I'm glad I graduated because I don't want to do that anymore, which I won't be able to, which I miss working. I really miss it. But you all keep me busy. You come over when I have a live chat. You come over now. You're coming over to visit me with my video. And we still have not got to the topic of the day. And I've already chatted for 5.5 minutes. So let's get right to the point. Now, first of all, I'd like to tell you that you're beautiful, you're worthy, you were meant to be here, and I'm glad that you are here. I'm very inclusive, like I said before. Everyone's welcome. No drama, though, please. We deal with enough drama out in the world. We don't come to the Smith house and deal with drama. No, no, no. We'll agree to disagree because, everybody can't agree about everything. And how boring would it be if we did all agree? How boring would it be if we all liked each other or everything we do? I'm just telling you, just accept it. Just accept people for who they are. But I am here to tell you, there are some people out there that will take full advantage of who you are. Now, I don't live in a world, James always said I lived in Disneyland, but I don't live in a world where I think everyone is kind and sweet and honest. No, there are some deceptive people out there, and you have to be careful. But that's why we have this inner thing inside us that says, whoa, wait a minute. Something's not right. No matter how pretty it looks on the outside, no matter how pretty it sounds, it may not be as good as you think it is. And if something's too good to be true, it usually is. So just be careful about those people that spew sweetness out of their mouths all the time. Now, I have my days where I can get firm and let you know exactly how I feel. I have days where I stay in a lot of pain that I really try not to come on those days because I really don't want you to see me like that. Because, I want you to see the real me, but I don't want you to see that because there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. I go see my doctors. They do what they can. But when I come visit you and you come visit me, I want us to be on positive things, have positive vibes, have positive talks. Now, I know everything can't always be positive, and we can bring some things that are not positive. Now, like before, I don't really like to talk about religion or politics or anything like that, but we can skirt around that and kind of share some. I'm open to any of it as long as it does not cause broken friendships, drama, people not being able to sleep at night because they're angry. I just want to bring a little comfort and peace and joy into people's lives. And when you come here, that's what I want you to feel. So today, we're going to talk about what can we do to bring joy into our life. Now, joy and happiness are two different things. Now, happiness lasts for just a second, but joy lasts longer than happiness because having joy brings you peace of mind. And a lot of times people have so much on their plate. They're depressed. They're sad. They have bills to pay that they don't know how they're going to pay them. They have children that have diseases that they don't know how they're going to get medical care for. That is very stressful. And the list goes on and on. But I'm here to tell you, you can still have joy because joy is something that comes within, and happiness is something that somebody does to you that causes you to be happy for that moment. Which there's nothing wrong with happiness either. I like to be happy. When I'm happy when I get things in the mail, when I get a little card that says, "Hey, I miss you. I enjoyed talking to you. Uh, just anything like that. That is happiness. Happiness is when my children have something good that happened to them in their life, and I'm happy with them. I rejoice with them, and I'm just happy about it. Happy is when I see my grandbaby and get to love and hug on her. Happy is when I wake up in the mornings and I'm still alive, because I don't really know how many more days I have that I can wake up and function the way that I am. But we're doing this and thanking the good Lord that I'm still able to do things for myself. But anyway, this video is not about me. It's about you and joy. Now, when you think of joy, some people's name is Joy. I don't know if you've ever even thought about having joy. Joy is something that is within, that you see the good in everything, as far as, like, when I look out my front door, I see the birds and I see them flying around chirping. I woke up this morning and the birds were chirping, chirping, chirping. And James said, "Man, they're getting after it this morning." And I said, "I love to hear them. That brings joy to my heart. That brings me joy. Things that I accomplished by being handicapped brings me joy. It lets me know that I'm still able to do things. Being able to give brings me joy. Thinking good thoughts brings me joy. So just remember, think on things that are positive, something that you look at that you've accomplished. I mean, it doesn't matter if it was years ago or last week or maybe today. Something that you accomplished that you are happy with yourself about deep within. Just remember, you're worthy. You matter. What you are as a person matters. Now, we all don't look the same on the outside. Okay, that's fine. But we're all beautiful. Now, I have to admit, you can have the most gorgeous person in the world, and with their attitude, it can turn them way around to not looking very pretty. And then you can have someone who is just plain, down to earth, honest, respectful, has integrity, and they are beautiful. And you know what they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But I try to see the positive in everyone. Even the people that I have had, let's just say, disagreements with. Now, there are people out there that are called narcissistic, and be very leery of those people. If you don't know what that means, look that up, and maybe you know some people like that. People that are selfish, self-centered, only think of themselves, try to control you. Don't ever let someone control you and who you are. If they don't like who you are when they first meet you and they try to change you, then you don't need that person in your life. You want people who accept you for who you are. And if you change into something better, they're happy for you and it brings them joy. But they don't force you to change in order to be their friend. I mean, when I have a friend, I feel like I have freedom to be who I am. And my friends know I have faults. And I know we all do. But some people seem to think they don't have faults. And there's nothing wrong with them, that the problem lies with everybody else. Well, here's my thing. I can admit that I have faults and I do wrong things sometimes. and I say the wrong thing, and I act the wrong way, and I can say I'm sorry. But some people are just not going to say that to save their life. They would not say they were sorry, even when you prove to them that they've done something wrong. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter. You can still go on with your life. And even when you do something to someone or they do something to you, and forgiveness is for you. It's not for the other person. Now, don't get me wrong. I know how hard it is to forgive someone. I mean, I could tell you a story that would just blow your mind about how I had to practice forgiveness. And it was so hard. But now, once I walk through that fire, it's a lot easier for me to forgive someone than it was before. And a lot of it had to do with pride, because I knew I was right in the situation, and I wanted that person to admit that they knew I was right. But they never did, and they never will. And that's fine. And I've gone on and I sleep well at night. Believe me, if I don't sleep well at night, it's not because of somebody else. It's because of this illness that I have. Because when you have joy, you have peace. So just remember, let your mind slow down a little bit. Let it start focusing on something else. Change your perception. If you have children, oh my goodness, you have a reason to be joyful. Children are a blessing. If you have good health, oh my goodness, you have a reason to have joy. If you have a husband in your life that loves you, or a mate, oh, you have a reason to have joy. If you don't have a financial burden or, anything like that, you have a reason to have joy. And even if you have all the other things that are coming down on you and it seems like it's just raining, sadness and depression, I'm telling you, there's something in your life that you have joy. Look for it. Look for those little things. I know this world is going through a lot of things right now. James and I, when we bought groceries last week, I just looked at him and said, how do people that have 3 and 4 children do this? How do they continue to buy groceries and feed their children? I don't know. If we still had our 2 children here at home, I mean, we would make it. But things have never been this high price before. Gas is just going outrageous. Food is just outrageous. And there are people out there that are going hungry and can't pay their rent and can't pay their car and, can't pay their utilities. And they need for us to really be kind to them. Especially if we know someone like that. Be kind. Now, I'm not saying offer them financial help. Now, if you feel led to and you say, I would like to help them, I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm just telling you, listen. Listen to what they're saying. And 9 times out of 10, they don't really want you to do anything for them. They just want you to listen. But neighbor, I come to you today saying, find your joy. Joy can be found in a lot of places. And with that being said, neighbor, I've enjoyed this conversation. It has brought joy to me just for you coming over and listening to me. And I know you'll put down in the comments about how you feel about joy and things that you're joyful for and happy for and thankful for. You always do. And I am thankful for that. But until next time, neighbor, like, share, subscribe, ring that bell so you'll know the next time I'm coming to you with another chat. And with that being said, neighbor, see you next time. Bye.